I don't have my act together today. That's all there is to it. So we're just going to podcast. We're just going to put it together. Cabri is back. So I put up a mini-sode today, the day that we're recording this. And I was teasing that we were doing this episode, and I said, I called you my co-conspirator. How do we feel about that?
Oh, it's accurate.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But we have something that is new and exciting that we want to talk about. And some of you have gotten an email on this. Actually, many of you have gotten an email on this, I hope. But you and I are taking over something new for Pro Organizer Studio, and we're excited about it.
We're very excited about it. And this is honestly something that has been on the to-do list for way longer than we should probably even admit out loud.
It has, but now we're doing it. Sometimes it just takes a while to get someplace, right? We have a lot of things that we do, and we have a lot of stuff that we put out into the universe, but we're like really excited about this because I think it gives it gives us a holistic view of everything that's going on in the organizing industry. So what we are talking about is we are thrilled to be taking over Kate Waldo and Co.'s Teams course. So let me just give people the 5-second background. In 2020, I started at Pro Organizer Studio, and in 2021, I worked with Kate on developing a Teams course because I, as someone who always says I am solo organizer by choice, we have to recognize when we do not have all the expertise, and so we go to the experts. And Kate had 5 teams in 5 different cities in multiple states. She had teams in cities, obviously, that she did not live in. And so she was the natural person for us to go to and say, hey, build this course. Kate has gone on to do lots of other entrepreneurial things, and she has realized that she really wanted the Teams course to live with us at Pro Organizer Studio. And so Cabri and I are taking it over, mostly Cabri, but me too.
Melissa's definitely in there. But yeah, no, it's really exciting because Kate gave us a beautiful foundation.
And it's just one of the things I love about entrepreneurship is you can say there are different seasons for things in your life. And there was a season that we wanted to say, hey, Kate, could you take the team stuff and run with it? And that worked for her business and it worked for me. And then her business has changed a lot. She is into a brand new business with her husband. She's about to have a baby. And she realized in the season of her business, it made more sense to have it with us who are working with organizers every day. And obviously, people growing teams, people building teams, whether that is one assistant or whether that is 5 businesses in 5 different cities, we want to be able to grow with everybody in our group. So we're just so excited to be relaunching all of the team stuff.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to share all the updates that are coming.
And I have very incredibly smart people around me who run amazing teams with 6-figure incomes, such as yourself, that we want to be able to harness all of their knowledge as well. So we're so excited to get this started. You okay?
I have a dog choking in the backyard.
Do you want to go check on that?
She's upright. It's fine. She literally just came into eyesight and was like doing the whole thing. And I was like,
I think I might just leave that in and not edit that out so people know that it's to record a podcast when we're like, squirrel! Literally.
It's never normal. I don't even know what you asked me. I got so distracted.
It's totally okay. We'll just say we're thrilled to do this. So we just talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing, what we're working on, and then we have a Black Friday special for everyone so that we can feel like we're included in the consumption of the holiday season. But we are fully relaunching Inspired Organizer Teams. Tell me about your journey with Teams.
It's crazy, accidental. Some people have a very nice, well thought out plan when they're like, oh, hey, I want to start a team. That did not happen for me. That was absolutely not the case.
Let me just jump in and say, I'm going to be honest. I don't think anything in my business has been on purpose. So if your journey to a team was not on purpose, I totally get that.
And I was even probably one of those people that back in the day, I was like, I don't want a team. I love organizing. I'm going to do it all by myself. And now I'm like, I don't even recognize that girl anymore.
Yeah.
She's still.
Do you even remember a time that you did this by yourself? Like, seriously, because your team, I have the privilege of knowing some of the people on your team, like, personally, and they are lovely, like lovely, fun, wonderful people. Can you even imagine the day that you did this by yourself?
No. It's hard to think back, and there's even times now that I will go to a client just to wrap up a project or just we're shorthanded and I just need to be there by myself or whatever, and I'm like, "I forgot how hard this was." Like,
Yeah.
it's exhausting. It's mentally and physically exhausting, and yeah, no, it's definitely I'm reminded occasionally, but no, I do not remember doing all the things by myself because it just I don't know. I probably have blacked it out of my memory from
Yeah.
PTSD.
I know a little bit about your story and I know Kate's story. I think your story and Kate's story are very similar in terms of that epiphany moment of I need to start a team. So what did that look like for you?
Yeah, so it really was an accident, essentially. And so it even ties into let me back up for 2 seconds because it's more than just a team. So I joined Inspired Organizer in 2018, felt like I got the ball rolling closer to 2019. I still to this day say that Inspired Organizer is how I made as much money as I did. That wasn't me. It was all the things that I learned through Inspired Organizer. And there was a slight pause around 2020, just COVID and all the things going on in the world. And then late 2020 is whenever I had someone approach me and they were the ones that were like, "Hey, you want to come part time?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Like, we're coming off a really rough year and I don't know if I have time for a team or I can add to a team or pay a team right now." And then just magically, like it always does, that's I had a earth-shattering moment. We had a client who was moving, and it was a gorgeous $1,000,000 home, and I had a 3-month timeline, and everything was rolling smoothly, and then she called and said, "Oh, hey, by the way, we have to be out in 2 weeks." And I'm like, "I can't do it by myself." It was also 2 hours away. I was driving back and forth
Oh,
saying,
also that
"No."
just casually.
Yeah, staying in hotels, trying to get stuff done as needed, and very quickly I was thrust into, "Okay, it doesn't matter who I need to hire or what I need to hire, like, I just need people." But then, this is the thing, it's a very slippery slope, and it's almost like a gateway drug. That first time that you're working with a team and you're realizing, "Hey, I don't have to carry the burden, I don't have to carry all of the conversation, I don't have to do all of the physical things by myself." That can
Carrying the burden literally and figuratively, like
Yes.
literally in taking things out to cars or whatever, but also, yeah, not having to take every single thing with the client on.
And I don't consider myself, like, super extroverted, honestly, but it was just nice to be like, "Okay, go through your kitchen stuff with this person," and I got to walk away and be in silence
You
for
got a
20,
minute.
30 minutes. Like, it wasn't anything overly exciting, but it just mentally, it really helped me, and so, of course, like, we got that client taken care of, and everything was fine, and then I sent her the invoice, and I was doing all the math in my head, and I was like, "Oh, I understand now. You can make money. You can make good profit by having a team." And so then it really did become the gateway drug because now I can't imagine life any other way, and I don't want to. I don't wanna be on clients' projects by myself all the time alone. That's no fun. Our team is fun, and they're a freaking hoot, and so
Your team is fun, like, honestly, and so if you go to Cabri's, so minimize then organize, if you go to their social media, like, you can tell and I would like to say, I know these people in person, in real life, they are just as fun as they appear, like, things in the mirror are the same size as they appear on t they're so fun, and they're just, like, infectious. Their enthusiasm is infectious, and I know that from and that's not just you, that's not just your team, right? Like, I know a lot of organizers, I have a lot of friends in organizing, and their teams are genuinely lovely people. It's not to say that you're not gonna have issues. It's not to say you're not gonna have conflicts that come up and that type of thing, but in general, the people that are attracted to this business are really great people.
oh, 100%. I agree, yes. I am super lucky to have, like, cream of the crop. I have the best team.
Yeah.
Stand on that.
But let's talk a little bit about because there are a lot of ways to like when we talk about having a team, there are so many ways that happens too. It can be that you've got one person that's just your assistant. It
Mm.
can be that you have multiple people going out to multiple projects. Like one of my friends has teams on 3 different projects today in the Twin Cities. There are a lot of ways that teams come about. So, what tell me a little bit about your progression with did you just jump all into a ton of people, or did you do the one person at a time?
No, I am definitely like a stick your toe in, test the water kind of person, and I have to gear myself up, but then also gain the confidence to continue on, which is funny because I feel like I teach that. Like, I always tell people, like, "Raise your prices," and they're like, "Well, I
Yeah.
can't raise them 20." And I'm like, $5. $5
Yeah. A
bucks.
little
5
bit.
now, $5 later, it all adds up. I did the same thing with the team. My sister actually was one of the people that came on that large, ginormous job with me, just literally needing warm bodies, people that I could trust, people who I knew could be in a $1,000,000 home and not make a scene or make it awkward or weird. And so she got thrust into it. I think I hired my mom at some point, but then you'll find this hilarious. I also had to fire her. Like, I love her, but it was not healthy for our relationship. And so we still laugh about it to this day. It was
You are not the only person that I know who has hired and fired their mom. That has happened to other people that I know as well.
she is way more organized than me, and I think that was our problem. Yeah, it was the problem. But my first, like, true real hire was Laura, which I've talked about her on here before. She's my right hand. I swear we share a brain cell some days
Okay.
because, like, we're just in rhythm all the time. But she came on, and it was very subtle. So she came on part-time, like 2 days a week, and then after about a month, she's, "Okay, I think I'm ready to leave my other job and do this full time." And I was like, "Oh god, I don't know if I can sustain
Oh
work."
boy. Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Like, wait a minute. That's a me problem now.
But it is a me problem, but it was a good challenge, and it all worked out. And so from there, it was another little subtle shift where she was taking photos after a project one day, and she was like, "Would it be okay if I post this to social media?" And so then she accidentally made herself like our social media person.
Yeah.
And then we started getting busier. We started getting busier. And I then realized I did not have enough time and energy to be in the business delivering on clients' projects, but also be working on the business just to sustain a full schedule for our team. And so I started to pull back some. We hired someone else to take my place. And so now we have a team of, it depends, because I still have a couple of floaters who come in and out, but 4 to 6. And I think that's our sweet spot. I don't know if I would want 3 teams across our area in our service area. I also don't know if I want a team in another location. Like, it's been an opportunity and it's been brought up multiple times, but I'm partial to Lubbock, and we have a really sweet community here, and it's special, and businesses thrive, and I just don't know if I could replicate it somewhere else. And so I think we're in a good spot right now, but it has not been easy, and y'all are getting the snapshot of the last 5.5 years. So,
Yeah. You just are explaining in 3 minutes what is many years of hard work and
lots of trial and
money.
error. There has been a lot. I've never claimed to have done it the right way. I'm sure I have made a lot of mistakes along the way, and there's a lot of things that I had to go back and be like, "Oh, just kidding. Rewind, pause." But it's been good, and I still, like, I'm will forever be an advocate of teams. It's been fabulous to watch our team grow. It's been fabulous to see profitability scale, like, as a business owner, and so I love it. It's my favorite.
Tell me a little bit about the profitability front, because that is there is a reason to start teams from a structural work standpoint, getting the work done, getting it done more efficiently, getting it done for the client more efficiently, for yourself, for all the things, but there's a very real profitability play as well. This is definitely how you scale an organizing business to be successful. Profitability. So can you talk a little bit about what that has meant to you?
Yeah. So I I didn't come from a business background. This is the first business I owned. I didn't know what that looks like. I didn't understand it. And so it wasn't till I actually hired somebody and then charged them like, "Oh, hey, times 2 because you got 2 of us."
Yeah.
And then I saw very quickly, "Oh, hey, by the way, I'm not paying them what I'm charging clients, and I get to profit all that extra money." That was the game changer for some of the stuff, like those that profit and those numbers that we were able to produce. That's why we have a warehouse. That's why we get to do donation drives. That's why we get to give back to our community, because we've built in so much cushion in that number. It's why my team gets badass bonuses. And I'm not scared to say that. Like,
No.
they hustle and they do amazing things, and they have fully earned that money. Like, it is not mine, it is theirs. But the profitability piece is crazy because you can go from making where you're feeling like you're trading time for money and only making $75 or $100 or whatever to, "Oh my god, I am making $600 an hour with all of the people." That's
Right.
the math behind that is insane. And I don't know, it's a huge piece of why I feel like we've been able to grow and scale, and reinvest into marketing and grow our team and give bonuses and give back to it's been a game changer. It's huge. It's one of the most important pieces, I think, that I could not have done as a solo organizer, charging $100 an hour by myself.
Yeah. And you do so much, and it's probably for another podcast, but you really give back to your community. I would actually love to talk to you another time about these donation drives and other things that you do to really help your community. But your point is solid, is it allows you to do those things because you have these clients that are paying a premium for working with your team. And it has also enabled you to be able to buy other businesses, which is exciting too. Yeah, you have expanded beyond just organizing to do a lot of other things, and that, I assume, as an entrepreneur is really fun for you.
It is, and it's more fun that our team also gets to see that and also reap the benefits of it sometimes. So, because, like, we've talked about it, our rental boxes, we use them more on the organizing side than the business itself produces. Like, we are our biggest customer, and they also get kickbacks. Like, whenever we book a job and they convince our clients, "Oh, hey, let's use these boxes instead." I'm like, "Here you go. Here's your referral fee."
Yeah, what you cost them.
It all expands. And then yesterday I sent a message. We have someone on our team who, again, like accidentally fell into essentially doing laundry for some of our clients. But unlike some laundry services where they just leave it on the front porch in a bag, she has actually been in their homes, put their kids' clothes up, had it sorted, had it color coded, made sure everything was folded the same. And so she ended up doing that for our clients. Now it's growing. And I'm like, you want a website? You want to invest some money in
That's a
marketing?
business.
You want some Google ads? Because I don't mind being a silent financial partner in that if that's where you want to go and it's something that you can own on your own. So I don't know. The profit piece is huge because I literally would not have been able to do all the things without it.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there any part of or let me ask you this, what are the hard parts for you of running a team? What are the things that keep you up at night? What are the things that kind of are the tougher part that we'll be talking about in this course?
Oh, okay. This applies to all business, but specifically when you are taking on the responsibility and the liability of providing for other people and their families, the cash flow piece, like, it does not take a lot for cash flow to fall apart for one person that's, "Oh, hey, my card got declined. It was flagged for fraud. I'm gonna pay that invoice when I get my new card next week." And you're like, "Great, I can't make payroll." That's one of those hard things that for the first couple of years, that ate me alive. And so, at some point,
It's
I
a
just
lot of
started.
responsibility.
It is, and when you think, "Oh, hey, by the way, I can't make payroll, and these people, they can't pay their bills or buy groceries or whatever they need to do to sustain life and live." Yeah, it's a big burden, and I don't think that it's one that should be taken lightly. I definitely at some point decided, I'm like, "I just need a banker, I need a business line of credit, I need something to ease the flow whenever these little tight situations happen, because they do. You have someone who doesn't pay an invoice or you have way more product, but you can't get it returned on time, or it just the little things happen. I struggle a lot on the financials and the cash flow side for a long time. Decided I was not gonna keep putting myself through that turmoil, and so just got a relationship with a banker and a line of credit just to make sure that didn't happen again. The second hardest piece is just people. We're
Yeah.
humans. We have emotions. We have big emotions. People
Mhm.
have big feelings. Things like sometimes you have disagreements. Sometimes you have personality conflicts. Sometimes it's within the team. Sometimes it's with clients. And that is a very fickle situation that you have to carefully handle. It's like walking around with a grenade in your hands because one wrong move and the whole thing gets stopped. And so people are the hardest part, but they're also the best part. And I'm super grateful to have amazing people who I don't have to worry about the people aspect with my team. I have to worry about clients. I have to worry about respecting my team, but also protecting them if we have a hard client or a challenging client or rude clients even. And like I go into full mama bear mode to where I'm
Sure.
like, do you want to fire that client? You don't ever have to go there again if you don't want to. We can just fire them. I'll send them an email. Yeah. Of course, like our team's great. They're like, no, we can work with them again. But I'm like, you don't have to. And it's my job. It's my job to protect you from those people if they really are that big of an issue.
Yeah.
People are hard.
I think that the people piece, the team member and client relationship and the issues that can come from that can also go both directions. It can be you have a team member that's having a really bad day, and that becomes client facing. You don't want that either. But we all know some clients are more delightful than others.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes that can be, and being in charge of that and saying that you're going to have to make some of those hard decisions about this might be a $10,000 project and we are not going back
Mm,
because of XYZ, all the 10 reasons.
yeah.
All of those are things. And I think what you're really getting at is something that I have seen a few times in the work we do at in Inspired Organizer is there are people that have a really hard situation with a team member or multiple team members, and they really don't want to solve it because they don't want to be confrontational. They don't want to be, and the only thing I will tell you is, as someone who has managed people in my prior corporate life, you have to be ready for those hard conversations if you are not ready to have a team. Is that fair?
Yeah, I do think that's super important. I have probably not handled all of my difficult conversations the way I needed to, but this is also one of those entrepreneurship will be the biggest learning lesson and the biggest it's so personal and it's so deep and like you can't get this through therapy. Like it's deeper than even that. Like it's going to change who you are. And there's been a lot of growth there, which I'm grateful for. But I also look back at the last 8 years in business and I'm like, oh my God, I made so many mistakes.
Oh, yeah, we all do. That's the thing is like I don't think you can be an entrepreneur and not have made 100,000 mistakes. I just think that there is a special level of person like in order to run a successful team, there are some qualities you have to have.
Yeah.
And you also have to know yourself.
Yeah.
And like I know myself. And so that's why for me, I have felt differently about growing a team because I know myself.
Yeah.
You have to know yourself to know whether that's something that works for you or not. And having hard conversations is absolutely a part of it. By the way, you can be a solopreneur and have and need to have hard conversations. It's not like they don't exist. But I think especially when you're running a team, you have to be prepared for some of those challenging times.
Yeah. It's definitely a little more difficult when you're playing Tetris with the
Yeah,
emotions and all the
for sure.
human aspect of it.
Yeah. I do remember very distinctly, I maybe shouldn't tell this story, but I'm going to. There was someone, this was years ago in our group, who said, I have a team, and this was an employee, not a subcontractor. And she said, this person has been a problem. I think I'm just going to fire her. And I just said very simply, what conversations have you had with her about the things that she is doing that you don't like? And she goes, oh, I've never had a conversation with her. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You can't, by the way, you're welcome to hire and fire as you please, but you have to be prepared to have those difficult conversations.
Yep. And as we're talking about this, I also realized that I am incredibly lucky because I have not had to have very many hard conversations.
That's awesome. That means you're hiring.
When I'm looking at overall just like the course of business and all the things that we've done, like I'm incredibly grateful. I know that there's people who talk about it in the group of like, how do I approach the situation? How do I do it nicely? How do I make it fair? And I can probably count on one hand, like the real struggle times that I have gone through. Oh, hey, difficult conversation ahead. Don't know how to manage it. Don't know how to handle it. Don't know how I feel about it. Don't know how to manage my emotions around it.
Yeah.
And so I'm incredibly grateful for that. And that's just like a testament to the community as a general, as a
Yeah.
whole.
But all of these things that we're talking about, so by the way, I just said that means you hiring is a whole part of what goes into this. So hiring, onboarding, all of those things, plus the profitability, how do you price yourself, all those things. These are all very complex things. And one of the things I think it's fair to say you and I are excited about is to teach people these things in our team's course.
100%.
Teach these very complex topics, break them down for you, give you the step by step. As one of the things that is really important to us is we do not gatekeep. We do not like keep all the secret stuff for ourselves. We tell you all of the things. And so that's one thing that we're going to be teaching in this course.
Yes. We were on a call last week and someone was like, how do you track your team's time? And I'm like, oh, hey, this is free app. And so we've been doing it. We live it. This is my day to day life. I'm bringing all of my like softwares, all my tips, all my tricks, all my checklists, I also had to like brain purge Laura on all the things that she does that because
Right.
she's essentially our project manager. And I'm like, hey, there's things that I don't do anymore that I need to remember how to teach on.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And we want people to be able to have these things so that, let's say you are currently running a team, but maybe things aren't going as well as you want them to. Maybe your team isn't as busy as you want them to be. Maybe it's that you're having trouble finding the right people. All of these things we really want to help you with because we want people's teams to be successful. We want you to be able to experience all of the joys of the profitability, happy clients that get projects done faster, all the things that come with having a team.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that we are doing, so when we decided to take this over, one of the things that we wanted to do is incorporate some things that we have always done in Inspired Organizer specifically for teams. And one of those things is going to be an online community where you can come and ask any question. And we mean any question. And then also, we're going to be doing a live coaching Zoom once a month so that you can actually bring things to the table, talk about it with other people who have teams. And I think what's important is there's not a one size fits all for teams. Again, like we said, your team might be you and one other person or you and 22 other people. We are going to be breaking down all of the possibilities for you.
I would even say if you're just maybe a little burnout and feeling like you need help, like the Teams course would also apply if you're like, hey, I would like to hire a virtual assistant, or I need to
Yeah.
really hire someone to help me on the marketing side. It doesn't have to just be like an organizer, like we're covering all of it in the course. But if you are exhausted mentally, emotionally, physically, if you feel like you need help, if you're ready to switch from being the main doer of all the things in your business to leading other people to help do things, it's gonna be for you too.
Yeah. And I think that one of the things that we hear a lot from people is, "I want to start a team, but I'm afraid of fill in the blank." They are afraid of not being on a job. Some of it is, and by the way, I'm very much like this, it's a control thing. You wanna control what is in your area of control, so it's hard to let go and say, "I'm going to trust this person to go out and deal with a client without me there." All those things, we're gonna help you break through all those barriers if you are letting some of these things get in your way.
Yep. I will say you're touching on a really, like, big pain point that I lived because I was to that point where I was not meeting the clients during the consult. I was not in their house during the sessions. They were paying us thousands of dollars, and I could be standing next to them in the grocery store and not have a clue
And
who
they
they
wouldn't
were.
even know.
And that
Yeah,
is a very hard shift, especially for how personable and in person and intimate the relationship with an organizer can be.
yeah. How did you get over that? Was it because you trusted Laura so much, or did you just have to be like, "I gotta let go. I just have
Both.
to pull the Band-Aid off"?
It was both. She helped that because it was one of those, like, she's over communicative when it comes to all the things, and so I still got to hear about the day-to-day, how the team did, how the client did. If there was something she said that I was like, "Wait, what? Do we need to do something about that?" She'd be like, "No, it's fine. Don't worry. Like, we handled it." And so she actually really helped heal that in me. But when you're a business owner, and especially your business is your little baby, like, you feel responsible, and it's
Yeah,
an identity shift. When you go from being, like, in the business all the time to working on the business in the background, it's a complete identity shift, and it's one that
for sure.
you're not prepared for, and it hit me like a ton of bricks.
I think there's also a little bit of, I don't know if the word is pride, probably pride is the word of, "Wait, are you telling me someone can go and take care of a client the same or, wait for it, better than I can?"
Yep.
That
Yep.
hurts like a little bit, right?
It does. It does until you see, like, how much your organizers and your team are thriving,
Yeah.
and then you have a new sense of pride, and it's like, "How can I build them up to be the best versions of themselves or the best organizers that they can be?" And then you get that pride back.
I've had the opportunity to work with a couple of sometimes I borrow team members from my good friends that are in the cities, and so I've had the opportunity to meet and work with some of the people, and it is a really great reminder that especially one of the sets of people that I worked with where I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so wonderful to be able to just say, 'Hey, can you go build XYZ?' Because I knew Missy sent me someone, she's our furniture builder. Great. I got so many shelves to build today." But it's really good, especially when you get those team members they have a particular set of expertise. As Liam Neeson says, "I have a very particular set of skills." It's awesome to have those people.
Oh, yeah. I also just think, like, the shelves building conversation,
Yeah,
just the second set of hands sometimes is the
for
best.
sure. Yes. Yes, and there are people that, like, I do not have like, we all have different kinds of intelligence, and there are some people that are just really good at certain things. There are some people who are just magical at a certain set of things, and it's to find those people and to realize, "Oh, this team member can do X, Y, and Z, so we're gonna send them to this client." I just think that's great.
Oh, yeah. That is so that's another, like, one of those low key things of figuring out people's strength.
Yeah, what
And
they're good at.
yeah, I had so she's pregnant, and so she's technically not working with us, but occasionally right now. But I had someone who I called her my wrecking ball because you would like turn around and be like, okay, like we need to start loading donate in the car. We need to take the trash out to the dumpster. You would turn around and it was just gone. And I'm like, bro, where did it go? And she's like, oh, I loaded it into the car and oh, like I just took it to the dumpster. And I'm like, there was a mound. There was a whole mound. Where did it go? And she just
Right.
hustled, knocked it out. She did not care about the dirty jobs. And I'm like, she's literally my little wrecking ball.
Yeah, I love that. That's
No.
so great. We are super excited to get started. I know we keep saying that. I think we just keep saying that. We're so excited, but we are. So we are really excited to get restarted and relaunched. We are in the process of getting some additional content and just doing some of the zhuzhing that has to happen when we take something like this back in house. But we did want to just give people kind of a sneak peek preview of what we're working on because we do have a Black Friday fun deal for people that if you want to get in before we go forward with our huge relaunch, you are going to get a sizable discount. We are going to keep the price the same that it has been in the past. It will be going up. So we're going to have that going until the end of this month, until December 1st. And just stay tuned to your email. Stay tuned for our social media for all of that. But we are just excited to get started and get to meet people on our Zooms and get to meet people in our community.
100%. I'm excited to see all of the teams
I
that
know.
from this.
Yes, I am too. So if you are someone who is thinking about growing a team, if you're someone that already has a team, but it's not quite operating how you want it to, or you just want to get some additional knowledge, some community support, some structure, any of that, we would just love to have you in our group. What are you most excited about? I'm excited about making people money. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I think the profitability piece stands out because it's a huge game changer.
I want people to have successful businesses, and there are lots of parts of success. I'm not saying that money is the only part of success. It's definitely not. But I want people to be able to have profitable businesses, and this is a great way to do it.
Yep.
So,
No, I agree.
all right. So stay tuned. Make sure that you sign up for our email. If you are not on our email list and would like to be on our list, just email me at hello@proorganizerstudio.com. And we will see you in our private group, and we'll see you on our next Zoom.